Welcome to the book club, a special episode for a special month for a special review.
Yep.
I am James Levine,
I'm Mohammed.
and today is a new Monday. Usually you'll catch us on Thursdays, but for the rest of the month we're going to add some more because we have a lot of songs to go through, right? We went through quite a few in episode 1. Did you have some favorites that you enjoyed?
There were a lot of good ones there. As far as favorite goes, no, not necessarily. Of course, it was good hearing the Beyonce track again and the Black Thought and Danger Mouse one.
Right.
But nothing new that really stood out for me yet. What about you? Anything that you went back to after checking it out?
Went back to some DJ Python.
Oh, nice.
Because I needed some of that in the morning, right? Test it out.
that.
Gave it a test run. Love it. 2 thumbs up. Make sure you check that out if
Some
you haven't.
indigenous house.
And because I was editing some of the videos, I think, matter of fact, the music video for Welcome to Hell is not what you think it'd be. It's almost like anime. Like
Okay.
it's or maybe it's what you think it'd be. That was an interesting one. Shout out Black Midi. Now, we are at
95.
95. Indigenous what? It was indigenous house music. If you've never heard it, it's the new genre that we dubbed DJ Python. So check out some DJ Python.
That's popping in all the jungles out there.
All the jungles right
forests,
now.
Yeah.
Number 1 in all the Amazons right
Mhm.
now.
Yep.
Charting. It's been there all year too.
Yeah, it's
Shout
big
out
out
to DJ
there.
Python. We have the song May Brigade
By Horse Lords.
by Horse Lords.
Off the album Comradely Objects.
Comradely Objects.
Okay.
Now, and I'm going to guess it's May Brigade as in the month of May. That's my hypothesis, right? What's your predictions perhaps for this?
Let's see. It's about 6 minutes long, huh? 6 minutes,
It looks like
34
it's
seconds.
a meaty one.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be instrumental heavy, maybe some light singing. You know, I'm still holding out for my metal track,
Right.
but this isn't going to be that metal track I'm waiting on. Yeah, I think it'll utilize a lot of instruments, and I mean, of course, all of them do, but it'll sound more electronic rather, and light singing, soft singing.
All right. Let's go ahead and give that a run. Dude, this is...
What are your predictions?
I kind of felt since it's a long song, very instrumental. Maybe like a Justin Vernon, Bon Iver type vocal over it. So almost folksy is what I would say.
Okay.
Maybe folksy. This is May Brigade by Horse Lords. Let's see. Is that the kazoo? Is this jazz?
It's everything. It's everything mashed together.
What's going on? That was May Brigade by Dark Horses. Interesting.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
a little bit of everything. We had it on point when we said instruments and
Yeah.
instrumentals, because there was sure a lot of instruments and instrumentals in there. No singing, at least not to the parts that we got. But even if there was any, I don't think that would have been the point of this song.
Right.
It was pretty funky, man. Yeah, it kind of made me feel like I was in the 20s, just at a little bar. What is it called? A haberdasher or whatever
Right.
the fuck. Yeah.
It felt like the you know that like back in the day there used to be that guy that had like he was wearing all the instruments.
Yeah.
And he can
Oh,
play
shit.
them all at once.
That's hella funny.
Sounded like the digital version
Of
of that guy.
That's hella funny.
It's like a guy playing everything at
And you
once.
mentioned the kazoo too, so it's all just strapped to around the
right.
neck.
Kazoo instead of a harmonica. He got his
Yeah,
refixed for that.
Yeah,
It was a lot going on.
there was.
I couldn't imagine a time in my life where I'm like, you know what, that May Brigade needs to.
Okay.
You know, I personally, as probably is not. I don't have the lads over like, hey guys,
Interesting.
we need something to play. You want me to hop on the aux? Although
Ooh.
you know what, I might just do that one time. I might hop on the aux somewhere and then just throw on May Brigade.
You know, funny enough, I actually liked it. The beginning kind of reminded me of Radiohead's national anthem.
I
I
can see
even
that.
jokingly says it's like national anthem light, just because it wasn't done as well, but it was,
Right.
it's very similar. And I am curious what the rest of their sound would be like. I thought it was okay. It's not too bad. Will I check it out right away? No.
But like if you came across
That's
it,
it. I wouldn't
again,
mind. Yeah, I'll
right,
give it a
right,
chance.
right. It even stumped the bot in the chat too.
I was like,
It's like, I don't know
Horse
what
Lords.
this
That
is.
was sure a stampede of
right.
music.
They lived up to the fucking name.
Mhm.
Next up, we have a song by Julia Jacqueline called "Lydia Wears a Crown,"
Uh-huh.
not the crown,
Uh-huh.
a crown. So, what we can deduce up to
Lydia
this
wears a
point.
cross.
Oh, is that a cross?
She wears
Excuse me. She wears a cross. Not the cross, but a
a
cross.
cross.
Right? Do you think we're going to get some quasi-religious vibes?
So that one's called Pre-Pleasure. Is that foreplay?
Ooh. And then Lydia wears a cross. Is this a is it going
I don't
to be
know
a
what I
denouncement
get.
of religion song? Is it going to be like
I think
rebellion to religion?
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I must say it's gonna have that Pat Benatar-esque, women-led punk rock type of sound.
Okay.
I think Julia Jacqueline is like a 2022 Pat Benatar.
Like a Joan Jett
Yeah,
type of thing.
exactly
Okay.
that.
I think Pre-Pleasure, I think it's going to be singer-songwriter.
Ooh,
That's what I think
that
it's going to be. Be more vocalist, more light on the sounds, more on the voice. That's what I'm thinking right here for this Julia Jacqueline.
Okay,
But let's check it out. Let's see what
where
we got.
this takes us.
Seated in rows, knees and eyes closed, I felt pretty. In the shoes and the dress, confused by the rest, could he hear me? Lydia wears a cross, says she's never gonna take it off. We sit back to back, listening to Jesus Christ, superstar soundtrack. I'd be a believer if it was all just song and dance. I'd be a believer if I thought we had a chance. Eyes to the board, thoughts to our Lord, we were praying for Princess Diana. Miss Brown was keeping score. Vivian's holding on, but singing every single word wrong on the parade floor. I believe her if I thought we had a chance?
That was Julia Jacqueline. Lydia Wears a Cross. I did a little bit of little recon on her. Indie pop singer songwriter from Sydney, Australia.
Oh, wow,
Actually,
okay.
yeah,
Couldn't tell by the accent.
Australian music.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily say. I feel like it was more indie pop rather than singer songwriter.
Yeah,
so it goes
absolutely
off
was.
a bit,
Right,
but
right.
I thought it was kind of cool.
I liked it a lot.
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I thought it was cool for like
I
that.
thought so
You
too.
know,
I really like this type of sound.
Right,
It's
right,
up
right.
my alley, yeah.
I feel like there's not. I could say this, but then it's like clearly there is. But I feel like there's the mainstream is kind of missing those kind of female artists. You know, like the Alanis Morissette type of this kind of sound.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the pop space has gotten a lot of different places, but this almost got left behind. So shout out Julia Jacqueline for keeping that alive. I liked it.
Yeah, I really like it too. Yeah, I'm a big Metric fan. It just give me a lot of Emil Haney vibes, and it's pretty cool. I'm just curious if the rest of her album, Pre-Pleasure, continues the same type of sound, or if it switches up and goes up in tempo. It's very moody and almost melancholic, you know?
Right. Yeah, definitely. That brings us out to the next one here, going through this list. This looks like it'd be not
Are we at 92?
92 here.
92. Bull
Um,
Believer.
Bull Believer by Wednesday. Off this is a single that they released. So
Okay.
Bull Believer by Wednesday. Yes. What are your predictions here?
I think it's gonna be like a punk rock band that's gonna poke fun at somebody for believing in bullshit and call them a bull believer. I imagine like a Green Day, Good Charlotte type of band. You know, just
Okay.
fucking, You're a bull believer.
Right. Hey, you know what? If it's not, that'll be disappointed
I'm
now.
gonna fucking do that too.
I'll
That's
be
what I want.
disappointed. So I feel like you knocked that idea right there.
Yeah.
If not Wednesday, hit us up.
We
Wednesday,
got you.
I'm gonna go. It's like the name that's throwing me off, and now you've kind of planted that idea. I think that's, but I'm gonna go like weird, like emo song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like sullen, sad as hell. You know, maybe like calling themselves a bull believer. Like, oh, I used to believe your bullshit. Like a
Damn.
relationship. Now I'm so sad. I was a bull believer.
What if it takes a whole different route and it unravels the conspiracy that maybe bulls don't exist? Like, let me ask you, how many bulls have you seen?
It's true.
Are you a bull believer?
I've seen a lot of cows.
I have
Could
seen a lot
I
of
say
cows.
with my own eyes I've seen
A bull?
bulls? And you know, with the advent and innovations in CGI, deep fake technology, just because I've seen one on
You seen
TV,
that donkey
like,
that
is
they created at that store in Valley Fair?
right? Exactly.
That eyeglass store for whatever.
Right,
reason.
this
It
guy's
has
that big donkey in
prosthetic
there, yeah.
Straight out of Westworld. How do we know bulls are real?
That's true.
They could
That's
be-
true.
They could be just like those donkeys.
So Wednesday could be
Unraveling
could
that.
be unraveling
I don't know
that.
if they're the bull believer or calling others bull believers, but
That's what we're gonna find out. Maybe they're also like, how could you not believe in bulls?
bulls.
You know, truthers.
Hey, bull truthers.
Let's see.
Find out.
Wednesday song, Bull Believer.
Got 'em right between the shoulders, and the bull loses words. No fight left to give. Can't pull his head up.
All right, follow me here. Follow me here. By the way, what's up, 50? See you in the chat.
Hell.
That line right there gave it away. The whole time I'm trying to figure out, what's the song about? Where's the song
It's
going?
an actual bull.
She talks about the crowd at the stadium and the bull that charged. This is actually an ode to the March of the Bulls in Paloma. They let the bulls run. She's like, it's sad because she was there one year when they always, the Bulls, you ever see that? You've seen that, right? Bulls always kind of get out of hand right there, right?
It's like, you play stupid games.
Right. I think that
it's like, hey, let's release a bull and like let's
let's have these bulls here, and then everybody just start running. And then we're gonna let them go.
Like for some adrenaline, right? Like I imagine like your heart's pumping as you're running, but like what the fuck? Like go play tag with somebody or like capture the flag or some shit, get that blood flowing.
Have you ever skydove?
No, I haven't.
Would you rather skydive or run with the bulls?
I would gladly, like I'm willing to pay to skydive.
Okay, so that's something you would already want to do.
I would not accept
but you wouldn't
money to run with the bulls. I would pay to not run with the bulls, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like if there's a way I can get myself out of running with the bulls.
I will pay my way out of running with the bulls.
You know what they say about running with the bulls? You don't got to be first. You just can't be last. You don't got to beat everybody. You just got to beat the person right next to you. Do you think...
or be like dead last and just let the bull go ahead. Like, fuck.
Like you just let the bull pass?
I would just cut into like pretty skinny so I could probably cut into an alley and like maybe get somewhere where the bull wouldn't bother with me. Let that motherfucker go past. Then come out and just like watch it.
Follow the bulls from there, right?
Just watch it. Always keep an eye out for like a little slot you could just run into. Fuck that shit.
Isn't there just like... There's too much tragedy that can come from that. Just imagine the people who like thought they were having a good time. It's like them and their like two buddies, right? And all of a sudden, like he knows that his buddy tripped. And he knows you can't go back for him because it's like he has to live with that. All for like
sees the fucking bull coming, charge it, dog.
And he's got to go.
Kind of want to see some running with the bulls with you, but next time.
That's like the feeling that you get when you like go to war. Like, yeah, me and my buddy, he died. I had to let him go. But why would you like willingly put yourself in that position?
To go against a bull, like another animal.
Doesn't make sense. But that is what she was meant by bull believer.
Mm-hmm.
She was at the right. She does. As tragic as it is, she can't stop herself from going to
She's gonna go next year. Highly recommends.
Haku in here. What's up, Haku? We are going through the top 100 songs of that Pitchfork's review, and we're doing a review of their review.
Yep.
Right now we're about 92. That was 92.
That was 92.
That was Bull Believer by Wednesday, which brings us out to 91. This is a song by a artist called Two Shell, and the song
Pods 2 Shell. Not chains, shells.
Off of the EP Icons. What do you think? What do you think? Two Shell, the artist sounds
Two
like.
Shell. I don't know. I think it'll be a similar sound to Wednesday. Funny enough, coming off of Julia Jacqueline's Lydia Wears a Cross, I thought, Bull Believer was a better version of that sound. I think Wednesday did Julia Jacqueline sound much better. And I think Two Shell will follow that trend and follow that type of sound where it'll be like a melancholic female singer, songwriter, indie pop-esque with a lot of synths, etc. Yeah.
You know what, Two Shell, I'm gonna take the bait right here. It's the easy bait. And I'm gonna say it's like beach rock.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Beach rock, pods.
But
the pods they're talking about are a dystopian future where we're all gonna be living in pods. Small pods. So it's a futurism beach band.
I could see that.
That's what my
where
vision
two
here
shell is a form of currency. Like one shell gets you something, two
Right.
shells gets you a pod. I could see that.
Right.
Okay.
You know what? If this isn't it, Two Shell, hit us up.
Why not?
Ghostwriters.
What the fuck?
Right here. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is Two Shell. Their song Pods.
Oh, you called it. You fucking called it, dude.
Accessing L3000 info base.
Loading digital lock sound.
Searching.
Target acquired.
Activate lock sound.
That is Two Shell Pods right there for you.
That was dope.
I really like that.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
You know, I feel like when you kind of go experimental electronic, right, like that song did, when you go in that direction, right,
It's hard to fuck it up.
it's also hard to. There has to be enough things that change and move
Yeah.
before it gets too boring, but you can't change and move too much before you lose the essence of it.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was every new wave we got was just more pleasant sounds or more just
Right.
interesting
That up.
things that kept happening
Yep.
where they maintained it.
And they would all just keep bringing you back to that initial pop sound that it
Right.
had, which is it's perfect. I didn't expect that, but you called it. You said futuristic, fucking electronic music, and that's exactly what it was.
It reminded me. I mean, it actually kind of was like a dystopian like soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like that's
They even
what.
had that that woman's voice, the robotic voice. in
Right.
there.
I got some Blade Runner
Yeah.
3 esque type shit right there.
Yeah,
Like,
it really
that was,
is.
I was
yeah,
fucking with
yeah.
that.
I liked it. I thought it was really good.
Because I'm always gonna have this a nice affinity to like
Mhm.
that kind of electronic sound,
Mhm.
but not a lot of people do it right.
Yeah,
And I think shout out to Two Show. Check
they
out
got it.
Two
Yeah,
Show.
no, they had all the right ingredients.
Now that's one where I'd be very curious to like, what's if you do this, the rest of the album
Mhm.
must be really cool.
Just an EP at that.
Right,
Icons,
right. It almost is like the really strong evolution of. We had the album that Haku had recommended, "The Fat of the Land" by the Prodigy,
Yeah.
and that was like I think mid to late '90s.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
if you think like 30 years later, 20 something years later, this is kind of where that
Evolution.
it's gone, right?
Yeah, has led us.
The next
That's
one
good.
we have is Joe Rainey, Bazigo,
Mm-hmm. Off the album is that Ninetta?
Ninetta, two eyes. Joe Rainey. What kind of music you think Joe Rainey makes? I'm not familiar with him myself.
I'm just gonna say rainy, sad music.
Okay,
That rain pounding against your window and you're just looking out music.
acoustic,
Um,
or like no
that's-
guitar.
No, yeah, no. Let's say he still uses electronic instruments
Okay,
for the
okay.
music, but very melancholic and whiny singing.
Do you think this is actually a good question? Do you think that the word Bazigo is said somewhere on the song?
I think he says it so much that it becomes annoying.
Okay. Let's get into it. I seen 50 was feeling that last one too.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
we're fucking with the Two Shell, one of the top ones that we have, at least in my book. At the end of this, we're going to release our own playlist. We're going to put our own order, like a top 25. So we're just kind of keeping mental note here. So far, Pitchfork's not doing a bad job, though. Let's go Joe Rainey, Bazigo. So I actually have some interesting information on Joe Rainey, and it's going to make a lot more sense. I just kind of seen a small little article. Joe Rainey is one of the first, I don't want to call this mainstream quite yet, but this is the biggest it's ever gotten. He's a powwow singer.
Oh, okay.
Like Native American
Right.
powwow singing, right? And his vision was he wanted to make like, because a lot of times Native culture, music even is something that's more like a historical fact rather than something that's like widely enjoyed, right?
Sure, right.
Something that you'd see recreated at like a museum or like, video or something like that. He wanted to make something that kind of was something you could listen to, like something you can just kind of casually enjoy. There's not a lot of native representation really in any kind of media, that we can think of. At least that isn't like, oh, like I'm native, but actually kind of representing the culture, really well. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It was, it did sound like I couldn't quite put my finger on what it made me feel like, but then I read that and it made sense.
Right. It's funny because you know how we joke about Pitchfork writers going into the most obscure places to create these lists, and whoever the fuck put this or found this one and added it to the list, like decided to just take a trip to a territory that's not even under U.S. governance and probably has a casino. A sovereign nation that has a casino built to it, and just decided to find the most, tribal thing he could out there. It's interesting, but I don't know, like, I don't think it's something that belongs on a list like this, especially seeing like the tracks that it's sandwiched between,
right.
Like if it's to be taken serious, in my opinion, the next track is going to be Diet Coke by Pusha T. And then prior to that, what do we have? It was
Two Shell,
right, which was dope.
Right.
Is this to be said like, and again, like, of course, just like anything else in life, no reader or anybody should take anything literal when a review is made of a product or a list is given. Just be your own judge. But nonetheless, if you're to be a credible source, like, how the fuck does it make sense that this goes between something as dope as Two Shell and Diet Coke?
Right.
And like, of course, you could always argue that it's subjectivity to somebody in the world. There is.
Right.
But there's a level of that as well. You know what I mean?
So you think this is the first time we've seen on the Pitchfork list a Pitchfork choice, where it was kind of like, of course you found a way to put this in, but stacked on the, spread out on the table, you wouldn't necessarily say that the 12 songs we've listened to before were better than that.
Like, it's almost like saying, that song is dope, but you know what's slightly better? Pusha T's Diet Coke, like, what the
right,
fuck?
Right,
what
right.
was
Because you're like
slightly
splitting
not
hairs
as
at
good as that.
right.
Sometimes it feels like some of the shit's just thrown together, and it's like, here's like, the top. Let's just put this from, again, as we discussed in last episode, like, let's just put this somewhere between 91 through 99.
Right.
We'll go from there.
Right. It was like somebody fought for this to be on there. Probably the person who did the first review earlier in the year.
There was any fighting. I think like
they
just cramming and throwing shit together.
Okay.
At one point.
Well, I mean, they had to cut songs out.
Oh, sure.
So at a certain point, somebody was like, "This needs to be
fair.
on there," and because it's only at 90, so it wasn't like completely. It wasn't like super far up. But it was kind of like the final 10 is kind of, you would think, interchangeable, right? Like those were probably the most discussed of, like, other than the top 10, like we were saying, the most discussed of like what should be on and what should just not be on altogether.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's something that I'm curious to see grow. Like, I'm curious, like, if we're doing this, like, truly indigenous electronic type music, I wonder where the next steps are of this. It's intriguing. I like different sounds. I like cultural sound, but I like when they're able to, I don't want to say like make it palatable per se, but kind of like, I just want to, like, because to me that sounds like something that could be sampled in really interesting ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like what would a DJ like Troy Boy or even like Diplo, like, if they work together, like what kind of sounds would kind of come from that? So I think that's where it's interesting, but I get what you're saying though.
So you want some more indigenous house is what you're telling me.
Take it to the next level.
You want more indigenous
Let's go
house.
all the way.
More DJ Python. You want to see what DJ Python would do with this.
With it, exactly. Take that to the Amazon, spruce that up,
Let's
and
go.
we're indigenous AF. Let's go.
Let's get this.
All right, the next one we have here is Pusha T, Diet Coke. Not much more to say. Let's get into
Yeah.
it.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Imaginary players aiming coach right. Master recipes under stove lights. The number on his jersey is the quote price. You order Diet Coke, that's a joke, right? Everybody get it off the boat, right? But only I can really have a snow fight. Detroit nigga challenge, what's your dope like? If your bin's bigger, step it up to ghost life. Missy was our only misdemeanor. My tunnel vision's better under stove lights. You order Diet Coke, that's a joke, right? My workers compensated so they don't strike. Wish me luck, see green like Don Bishop. The ones you trust don't change like them chains you tuck. Far as I'm concerned, who's the best? Me and Jesus. Washed and dried, so give me all of mine in pesos. Add it up. Your bitches in them pictures, but they laser tagging us. They mad at us. Who wouldn't be? We became everything you couldn't be. Everything your mama said you shouldn't be. The Porsche's horse is revving like, look at me. Saddle up. I'm still pitching, baby, batter up. Imaginary players aiming coach right. Master recipes under stove lights. The number on his jersey is the quote price. You order Diet Coke, that's a joke, right? All you niggas get it off the boat, right? But only I can really have a snow fight. Detroit nigga challenge, what's your dope like? If your bin's bigger, step it up to ghost life. The flow's untouched, the drums is tough. Drive coloring in when roads get rough. Snow's a must, the nose adjust. Young G's like we Hove and Puff. Best jewelries and hoes we lust. Chanel trinkets, same hoes will blush. Crush hearts like pretty boys. And we drive in pretty.
That one there is Diet Coke by Pusha T from the album It's Almost Dry that came out this year. How'd you like the album?
I thought it was a really good album. I don't think it's as good as Daytona, but I think it's really good and one of my favorite albums of this year. I think Diet Coke's a great track, but I think there's better tracks on there. Haku had mentioned, for example, Neck and Wrist in there. I really like Call My Bluff. So I do hope to see a couple more tracks from this album appear in this Pitchfork list. And again, specifically Call My Bluff. I think that's
right.
Beautifully produced by Pharrell, and I think it's a lot of really fun, cool Pusha T bars. Even this one, all of the Virginia references, Missy was her only misdemeanor,
right?
All that, it's just with the Fat Joe sample too, albeit not Virginia. Still, it's just such a great fun track that gives you that classic hip hop feel at the same time,
Right. Because it's nice to, I think if anything, what I enjoy about Pusha T's work that consistently comes out, I feel like, I could go and listen to Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
I can go and listen to a Locks album or listen to I can go and find Primo Production or Pete Rock or something. I can go find that. But, sometimes it's nice to have something fresh.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to have, and it's obviously meant to sound aged almost.
Right.
As and the production, the way that it's chopped up, all that. But I do always appreciate that it's always a new Pusha T album comes out and it's oh, cool. Let me dabble in that a little bit. Let me get a little taste of that. Let me get a little snack there. Because I feel like I haven't had something new from that in a while. I don't think... I agree. I don't think it was better than Daytona, but to be fair,
I don't either.
I don't know if I think this year I just didn't listen to a lot of hip hop in general. I think I just listened to a lot more other stuff. So I don't know if I liked Daytona that much more, or if I just didn't really sit with this as often to really kind of dig in.
Sure.
I kind of would have it play in the background, sometimes in the car or something, when I'm in that mood. But I feel like I wasn't in that mood. So I don't know if it was if it was me or it's him. It's I don't know if it was the quality was Not and it was good, but just not as good as Daytona,
I
or
agree.
if I was just kind of not in the mood too
Sure.
often.
Yeah, I think Daytona, what made it perfect was just the length as well. 7 tracks. You know, when something's condensed, everything is more than likely to be a hit. You know, just the production on that album is amazing, entirely done by Kanye. Whereas, you know, It's Almost Dry is half and half with him and Pharrell. And I think It's Almost Dry had a few filler tracks too. For example, I'm not a big fan of Scrape It Off with Lil Uzi and Don Toliver. Uh, and Hear Me Clearly, I had originally heard repeatedly on the Nigo album, I Know Nigo, which I also
Yeah.
dropped this year.
Right.
So when it, you know, was included in It's Almost Dry on one end, I wasn't surprised because you gotta get those streams in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Here's another way to
Throw it
get
in there.
streams for
Let's
Hear Me Clearly.
exactly.
And the other end is like, I love it when like work again is condensed, precision, filler cut, you know, etc.
Right.
So I think if it was cut down, It's Almost Dry could have been neck to neck with Daytona.
Right.
But in this case, it's, you know, it's still an amazing. I still love it, but
Right.
it's, yeah, it's
Could have
not
trimmed a
there.
little bit of the fat on that though. Yeah. Let us know if you guys in the chat were rocking with It's Almost Dry more than Daytona or vice versa. Let us know. Definitely good album.
Mhm.
And good position on here for Diet Coke. You know, it was a good
Right,
song.
right.
Like you said, I think there's some better songs, and maybe they appear. You know,
We'll
for all
see.
that we
We'll
know.
see. We'll see what doubles we get in this list in
Exactly.
general. Yeah.
This brings it down to 88. This is Panda Bear and Sonic Boom. Now, once again, if you're just tuning in, we are going through the top 100 songs that Pitchfork tells us of 2022, reviewing their review and their list. We're going to be doing this for the rest of the month. Some Mondays, back to Thursdays. We're going to be going through it, enjoying some music, and learning about it ourselves. So this next song is Panda Bear and Sonic Boom. Song is called Edge of the Edge. Now, I'm familiar with Panda Bear.
Okay.
Panda Bear is he's a part of a band that the name is slipping me. However,
With Thundercat.
no, that would have been kind of cool. They need a collab now. They need it to happen.
What band was Thundercat in again?
Oh
my goodness.
He wasn't just his own artist.
No, it was like a somewhat known band too. But go ahead, continue with Panda Bear. I apologize.
Panda Bear is more like psychedelic indie.
Okay.
So like that direction going further. I cannot think of the name of the.
Is he a guitarist as well, or?
I think a little bit of everything. I think he plays the guitar, but I think he plays like the electronics too.
Okay. Suicidal Tendencies was.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I really didn't know that. Here is Panda Bear and Sonic Boom, Edge of the Edge.
You took it out, but you can put it back. You took it out, but you can put it back in. You took a swig and then you take a crack. You're running quick, but you're running off the track. One taste to break the fall. One wave to take us all to the shore. Can't say it's what you're barking for. It's forever at the push of a button. Strange fruit has a hidden rock. Took a taste and then you spit it back up. Consequences of the inside track. Bad time and you're running it all back. One taste to break the fall. One wave to take us all to the shore. Can't say it's what you're barking for. It's forever at the push of a button. Up to the edge of 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 the edge to the edge of 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 the edge.
Haku kind of took the words right out of my mouth. It
Beach
just
Boys.
felt very Beach Boys
Absolutely.
from the very beginning.
Right.
And caught me off guard because that's not what I've kind of known to expect from Panda Bear.
Was
But,
that him singing?
I'm not. Yeah. It
Okay.
was. Had like the little like the Beach Boys.
It was really interesting to hear. Like, I think there was a portion where he said the F word there, and it was interesting hearing a swear word in that type of music.
Right.
It's like, what is this? This is like something out of a David Lynch movie, like.
Right, because it felt so much
Yeah.
like a period piece. Like it
Yeah.
felt so 1950s,
Just,
60s, whatever it was.
yeah.
I was off by I think I said that a few songs before. I think I said Two Shell was going to be more
Right,
beach rock
'cause of the
vibes,
shell,
and
yeah.
it was actually Panda Bear.
Panda Bear, yeah, and Sonic Boom.
I enjoyed it though. It was nice. It was cool.
I thought it was cool. Yeah,
It felt like taking acid.
it had
on
a
the
really
beach.
cool modern twist to it. Like
Right.
the drums and the kicks were pretty cool. I really dig that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like I don't know if you had caught it. There was like back in the day with the internet, how you if you had like AOL, you had like a modem and it made like the sound.
Oh.
There was kind of like that weird like sound in the back that just sounded like a modern noise. You know what I'm saying? Like this sound didn't really exist in that time period.
50s,
So
yeah,
you're right. I think
when
that
bands like this would play.
the twist that they put on it to make it modern was kind of cool. It was done right. It was
Yeah.
done right. I think it was done right.
Edge of the Edge.
Edge of the Edge, which brings us down to Muna, MUNA, all caps,
Mm-hmm.
and their song "What I Want" from the self-titled album that came out this year. I think we're gonna go back to that melancholy, rainy
Yeah.
day women's singer-songwriter.
Sure.
I guess what we're gonna do.
Okay, self-titled album Muna. Okay.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be popish. I think it's an ode to Spice Girls.
Okay. Hey. Okay. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what
Let's
I'm
jump
gonna go
into
with.
it.
I'll tell you what I want. That's what I'm.
When I go out again, I'm gonna drink a lot. I'm gonna take a shot. 'Cause that's just what I want. What I want. And when I see my friend put something on her tongue, I'm gonna ask for one. 'Cause that's just what I want. What I want. I spent way too many years not knowing what I wanted, how to get it, how to live it, and now I'm gonna make up for it all at once. 'Cause that's just what I want. I want the full effects. I wanna hit it hard. I wanna dance in the middle of a gay bar. Ooh, that's what I want. There's nothing wrong with what I want. Hey, yeah. I want the fireworks. I want the chemistry. I want that girl right over there to wanna date me. That's what I want. There's nothing wrong with what I want. Hey, yeah. She's dancing to the song with all her leather on. I think we'll get along. 'Cause she's got what I want. What I want. I spent way too many years not knowing what I wanted, how to get it, how to live it, and now I'm gonna make up for it all at once. 'Cause that's just what I want. I want the full effects. I wanna hit it hard. I wanna dance in the middle of a gay bar. Ooh, that's what I want. There's nothing wrong with what I want. Hey, yeah. I want the fireworks. I want the chemistry. I want that girl right over there to wanna date me. That's what I want. There's nothing wrong with what I want. Hey, yeah.
That is What I Want by Muna. And Haku makes a good point.
Yeah.
He has said, I'm really hoping the early 2020s mimic the early 2000s when it hit Wonder Pump and Dump, DJ Sammy Euro Trash vibes. Again, perfectly well said.
This is straight out of that.
I think it's creeping into current pop. Nistra D music needs to make resurgence. Yes, because this is right about there where it was like that. Ooh, la da dee da 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 da. La da dee da, like that. Just we never hear about him again. It's like we need the new wave of DDR music.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't had that in a while. Like Eiffel 69 was dropping.
We haven't had
Blue.
DDR because there hasn't been this type of music.
Right, exactly. It's a chicken and egg thing.
Yeah.
Like you could bring back arcades if the music, if the vibes were there.
You need arcade music to have arcades.
Right.
Like what the fuck? Nobody wants to go to 2000 sound and arcade.
Peak
Muna.
late 90s, early 2000s was Eiffel 69 came out with Blue.
Blues, fuck it.
That's when you knew that was the top. That was the top. It was all downhill from there because they were just throwing anything together. She was hard though.
Classic,
she was hard. It had some aliens in there, but with that being said, you were almost spot on with your prediction there. Pop,
what I want,
but in like a different kind of pop.
Spice Girls 2022, Spice Girl, singular.
The Spice Girl, Spice Girl Muna. I liked it though. It was fun.
Okay. I think there's other artists that do the sound better. I thought that. Yeah.
I feel like I will say this though. You might be right, but the other artists that do this song, I'm tired of.
Yeah, that's true.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
It's like you're right. I don't think there's like that much that kind of separates that, but it's like, do I want Ariana Grande to do this song again, or do I just want some fresh blood to kind of like just pump in something?
You know, like considering all the different sounds we've heard here, this is a worn down sound. Like I'm sure going back to that, that Native American singer that we just discussed, I'm sure there was a compromise where like, if this motherfucker's putting on Muna, I'm definitely
it was Joe Rainey.
Joe Rainey. Joe Rainey, yeah. If Muna's there, Joe Rainey's there. No way.
That was the discussion. You're right.
There's 20 other artists like Muna in this list.
Muna and Joe Rainey split the room.
Yeah,
they were like, look at it. If you have this, then you're right. Because, this is the most pop song we've had.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This is the most radio friendly. You can even say that there has been. Other than
which makes it sad, but it's like, why am I not hearing this song everywhere? It's trying to aim for that, and it just...
Right.
What if it's this whole little... we've been discussing a lot of genres this past couple episodes. What if this is underground mainstream music?
Underground pop?
Underground pop.
It hasn't hit the mainstream yet.
It's not meant to hit the mainstream.
Right. It's just
This isn't for the radio, but it's pop.
We've definitely, as we've been going through, we've been finding the genres inside of the genres, because I think that, it's easy to call this pop, but what does that tell somebody, right? This is that underground pop right here. This is that Raucous Records pop. This is that mixtape pop right here. Like, this is that you
fuck the radio, but in the pop version.
Right, exactly.
Radio killed the TV star shit.
Hey, I feel it. Muna's out here punk rocking pop.
Yeah.
Hijacking this shit.
It's a whole new movement. Yeah.
I feel it. Underground pop. Nice one.
Like, keep the music vanilla, but not mainstream.
But exactly. Don't put this shit on the radio. It's not made for that. Next we have is 87. We have Strange Neighborhood by Burial. Burial.
Anti-Dawn. Could this be the metal one?
Are you familiar with Burial?
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
So he's like... He had a really big... He's like a DJ.
Oh, okay.
So like producer, right?
Gotcha.
Electronic, London. He had a really big album in like the early 2000s. Actually, the biggest song, funny enough, sampled Ray J. One Wish, believe it or not. And it was really big, but kind of like an underground type of sound, right? And this is maybe right before the huge EDM wave came.
What year would this be?
Maybe 2001, 2002. This is around like Moby time, when like Moby was doing it, right?
So Burial's been around.
He's been around. I think this was like the comeback album.
Oh, okay.
Or something along those lines. So this is Burial, Strange Neighborhood. I'm curious to see years later what his sound is up to, Let's get
no vocals then usually?
Samples,
okay.
came around my way. Came around my way.
So, Haku said it's like if you needed all the main sounds of a song and soloed all the textures and backgrounds. Exactly. It was made for the new series, the new Addams Family series. It's just strange sounds in the background, like when they're closing doors, just walking.
Yeah.
That was just saying nobody's really made Halloween vibes in a minute though.
That's
So
there's Metroidvania when it comes to video games. This is Castlevania music right here specifically.
this feels like Johnny Depp's alarm clock.
Oh yeah,
This is what he uses all the time.
This is music that Tim Burton's gonna pick up for that TV show you were just talking about.
The only people that listen to this are people that wear top hats unironically.
Yeah, and Guillermo del Toro.
And right, that's it. Right. He immediately called
He's
Burial
trying
like,
to get this
"I
for
need
Crimson
you for
Vow
this."
too.
Right. Yeah, no, you're for your walls at the house are for sure painted black, like in your bedroom, but you're happy.
Yeah.
Like it's like that kind of
That's how it
person.
works.
It's like not depressed.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. I did not expect that. I didn't know what it was.
Me neither. It seemed like it just kept going there.
It's like somebody just put a recorder at an abandoned church and just called it a day.
Right.
Picked it up the next morning.
Right, exactly. That was Burial. That was for sure a Pitchfork decision.
That was
for sure. Like, no, guys, like
This
if you just
guy's
listen
like,
to the, I know,
the part where the woman comes in and the way it's recorded is lo-fi, but you don't get it. Like, the lo-fi is supposed to signify her pain and her inability to access an instrument.
They gave that shit a 9.5
seriously.
for sure.
The conversation continued. Well, if they're fucking putting in Muda and Joe Rainey, fuck that. I'm getting Burial in there too. No way.
Who's the Burial is the same side as Joe Rainey, right? Like that was the same
That's
person,
just that.
right?
At this point, people are just gonna keep being like, that. If they
That was
put
the-
Burial, Joe Rainey, and Muda, I'm putting another Ka track in because we had Ka before, right? Or no?
No, we didn't. It was
No Ka?
KH.
No fucking way.
Yeah. It was just KH. Yeah, it was Gage.
so my fault. I apologize to KH. I briefly confused you for K.
Now,
Hey.
I already know this is going to be some fucking
You know,
over dramatic
oh.
shit. No, but so this is Ka.
Languish arts. Languish.
The song is called Ascension, and the album, Languish Arts.
What does languish mean again?
Huh?
What does languish mean again?
I think languish is like a sad word.
Okay.
Like languishing, anguish. I think it's like a part of. Well, I think languish doesn't mean anything.
Oh.
I think anguish means something.
Oh, so she's
and they
going
put
off
the
anguish?
LR in there, like language arts.
Yeah. Oh.
But she was like languish
That's all
instead of
language.
anguish. You know,
Okay.
she has some questionable wordplay there. She reached for that, but A for effort. This is just gonna be some sad shit.
You think
This is
so?
gonna be fucking some sad shit. Yeah,
Okay.
you don't call your shit languish arts and make happy music.
Ascension. Okay. Okay.
it's called Ascension
I
now.
could see that. Yeah.
So maybe it's like the happy moment on the sad
Oh,
album.
yeah, I can see that.
Maybe.
Let's find out. Ka Ascension.
Let's see.
I mean, she was the one who was warm and, like friendly to me, the one that I felt some kind of emotional ties to. And my
shout
father
out
was,
to-
just the
to
opposite.
Happy
He's like a
because,
cold motherfucker. He just spoke. He never really like showed any signs of emotion.
A vet of unpleasant and misery. Job blessed didn't digest what they fed us in history. Not too nice, see the true stripes if met us officially. Don't waste ink, I'm succinct. It's measured efficiency. Felt I had to curse first when I was bad at cursing. Baby sister named Nia, so since 6, I had a purpose. Writings I draw excite in my core. I bore the surface. What comes from me's meant to accompany, though they call them verses. Every mention is for hood ascension. May not be a good man, but got good intention. Got good intention. May not be a good man, but got good intention. I talk to you like an old uncle, that's my nuance. Got killed, couldn't build with my uncles, just my 2 arms. Life grim, learn to fight and swim, Hobson and Dumont. When I moved from running waves the last day, I had true calm. It's more understand my posture, till I'm posthumous. Till little me's thinking critically, I got no accomplishments. Descend to dark continents, sent to spark confidence. Correct the seeds, speak split-second deeds, long consequence. If you a deep person, keep searching and mass facts. I believe they call him father, cause you're supposed to get past that. If never one, run every one like it's the last lap. Hannah ends the family and friends, never expecting that cash back. When you doing more roaches every day long as the solstice. I said parents ain't had no bread, I was born of ketosis. Always precocious, never poor with random, was drawn with focus. Since kids they tried the colors, cause only source is culprits. He did what they tried to feed, they deceive in the doses.
That was Ascension by K.A. I was right in the sense that it was sad. I don't know if it was like sad, but it was like not happy, right in the middle. It reminded me of like
Earl Sweatshirt. Earl Sweatshirt Light.
Oh shit! I was gonna say J Electronica, but in LA, but that's kind of Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Earl Sweatshirt without I love Earl Sweatshirt, so I'm gonna fucking say it. Earl Sweatshirt without the skills.
right. Like it was
like this. The Ka's gonna tell us that he grew up listening to MF Doom.
Right. No, 100%.
One of those artists.
Actually, you just took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, it was Earl Sweatshirt is the sound I was kind of looking for there, and that was it.
The beat reminded me of Palace off of Live Love ASAP.
Right. It did have a Clams Casino-esque type of feel to that.
Exactly.
But it had that like guitar that like MF Doom would kind of use randomly in a song, J Electronica kind of like a sample that would be in there. It was. I didn't mind it.
Good production too. But again, I have heard better production done on like an ASAP album, or rather specifically ASAP Rocky's album, and a too spoken wordy. It just didn't work out. That's a very hard style to pull off, and you have to be a real master of it. It's similar to Doom or Earl. Otherwise, it's just too spoken wordy.
It's hard to pull
doesn't
off.
feel like music anymore. It's like I'm taking a history lesson or listening to a speech, and it just kind of loses you there. But I like the effort, and I would give this artist another chance off of this. Nothing to shun them off by.
I do think that Haku says this might be backpacker shit for Gen Z. Exactly.
The
because
new
you know what?
Raucous.
There's not a backpack type of artist right now.
Dreamville. We were just like, what you talking about? Yeah, it's just Yeah, you know.
If all the kids got his Dreamville, then KH got a
All
KA.
they got is Dreamville.
Shout out to my man KA then for holding it down.
Revenge of the Dreamers is the current sound bombing.
Oh, help us, please.
Lyricist
KA,
Lounge.
please.
KH.
It does sound like there's better versions of that exist, but there's not that type of song that exists now. And I think that's why it kind of, if I was 16, I would think that's tight.
You know, I wasn't a Saul Williams fan.
I was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I recognize the talent and I appreciate what he does, but him and there was another one. He was a he had a poetic style too, and I think he was a white guy. Oh my God, do you remember him? He was this rapper, spoken word style artist.
Oh my God,
You know who I'm talking about, right? It's not Brother Ali. But it was like he had a first name and a last name, and he would be on the indie stuff. You know.
My God, yeah. Didn't he? Isn't he the one who did the? I don't know if he's white though. I think he's like Hispanic.
Not Immortal Technique.
Okay, not Immortal Technique.
No.
Okay.
I forgot what it was. But if I find his name, I'm gonna get back to y'all. Yeah.
It's that kind of. It's coming back.
Yeah.
It's coming back around.
It's coming back.
That brings us over to the next song from Languish, which thank you Haku and some other birds for giving us. It was a word. He didn't just make that up. But you know, when we seen the lyrics come up and it was this dense, I was like, Languish is a word. He for sure was in the dictionary. Tough. Shout out to my people out there reading that Webster. Hold it down. The next song is a song by Sharon Von Efton. And the song is Anything. I don't think it's Hubbo Johnson, Haku. I think it was, because you're talking about like early 2000s, right? That this artist existed.
I saw Hubbo. Nah, it's not him. I forgot what it is. Oh my goodness, it's really killing me too. I'll try to find it in between the songs, but no, it's not Hubbo Johnson.
Sharon Von Etten. Song is Anything from the album We've Been Going About This All Wrong. I like albums that have really long names. Titles. So I'm already kind of in. I want her to give me like.
What's your favorite longest album title? Album. It has to be a Tribe Called Quest one. It has to be a Tribe Called Quest one.
Which one?
I don't know. Thank You, We've Got It From Here. I've always liked.
That's a good one.
People's Instinctive Travels, and what is it? And the Paths to Rhythm, was it?
Yeah, because it was abbreviated, huh?
People's Instinctive Travels and the Paths to Rhythm. I think, right? I don't know. Yeah, I think Tribe has a few cool ones. What do you like?
Prince had some really cool ones. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. I always liked Fall Out Boy's titles. There was like the super, even their song titles were like a whole, like that kind of like emo pop punk rock.
But they do
all had like I write sins not tragedies, but like every song would be like that long. Spotty Audiopalicious, also a good one.
Yeah, amazing.
What I want from Sharon Von Etten, I'm just gonna request something from you, Sharon. I want like 6:30, sun's coming down at Coachella, like the first wave of drugs kind of went down. It's like a cool off period before like something more intense. Like give me some cool, like get on a guitar, sing a little funny, you know, be a little bit older, or like early 40s.
Okay.
But she just broke through. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting that too. Like the title makes me keep thinking of the Carter song, you know, the Jay-Z Beyonce one. I could do anything. So I'm expecting something positive like that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take it there.
Let's see. Sharon Von Etten, Anything.
Up the whole night, under fire. Can't stop thinking about peace and war. Up the whole night.
Sage Francis. Yeah.
Sage Francis. Oh my god, it was killing me, bro. It was killing me. Wow.
Haku said that one was white folks doing that one dance type beat. Oh, for sure. This is the white girl a little too turnt in there though, but this is her favorite song though.
This is her jam.
Screaming it out loud too.
Yeah.
She got lots of bracelets on.
Yeah.
He's like
absolutely.
both just covered in
crying
bracelets.
her heart out right now to this song.
Absolutely. She has like her backpack's made of hemp.
Tell one of those times.
Yeah.
Giving hugs out.
Right, giving hugs out. Got some cool Doc Martens though. Some rare ones.
Some nice ones.
Like polka dotted.
Had
like,
to get
like
it
where'd
online.
you get those? Right, exactly.
Got it early.
Straight from Doctor himself. She was on the she gets mad at the Doc Marten confirmed app. She's like, fuck, I was here first. Damn it.
Enter the raffle.
Oh, Haku said no shoes. That's actually the wave right there. Is no shoes.
Yeah.
She has some flip flops that were like some Old Navy, just barely hanging on. But she said, "Fuck it, it's grass. It's grass. Who cares? Just walk around with it." The soles of her feet are disgusting, but you know she's got a good heart.
Yeah.
She's nice though.
Yeah.
You know.
But she stinks.
But she is not like weed though. She smells like something that's like covering up weed.
Yeah.
That's just like also not pleasant. Like
it's
Nag
just not
Champa.
good.
Like, I guess. But she's cool though. She knows like the good places to get a sliced pizza though.
That's true.
You know,
the hole in the wall usually.
Right.
Definitely hole in the wall.
You know that.
But
But
she'll know the owner too.
Oh, for sure.
She
Hell
knows the
yeah.
owner.
Hell yeah. They went to Burning Man together. Yeah. For
I'm fucking
sure.
dead.
100%. Shout out to Sharon. What's up?
And that artist that I was thinking of is Sage Francis.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Never been my style.
Got me there.
And I'm
No, I was never a Sage Francis kind of person. It was a little too rolling in the deep for me.
Yeah, I get you.
From Sharon Von Etten to the next artist, Cole Police, Pulice,
Cole Police,
City.
Scry.
The album Scry, and the song is City in a City.
Oof. Okay. It's gonna have to be about the Foxconn. Was it called Foxconn?
It's about the Foxconn
factory. Just telling me about. Wow. Okay.
So first protest song
Cole
of the day.
Police. Cole. So J. Cole, influential rapper. It's probably artist. This young bunch, probably an artist that they looked up to. Want to do the right thing. Backpack rap. Cole Police. City in a City. Out here to backpack rap their way out of Foxconn. And yeah, I think it's gonna be.
You think backpack rap is back on this one?
Backpack rap right here, yeah.
Okay.
Political backpack rap.
I'm gonna go like handlebar mustache indie.
Ooh.
Like fucking like the wildest beard that you've ever seen. Like this
a
guy,
little twist.
Cole knows some IPAs. I'll tell you what, he'll take you to the brewery. You're like that conference goes to the brewery to go, but like I don't want to go to the bar today. I'm trying to hit the brewery.
He only has draft.
This is the music they play at the breweries.
City
That's
in the
my
City?
prediction
Okay.
right here. So let's see. It's
Give me that backpack
Cole
shit.
Police. I'm just gonna start this off by saying that Chad Police good in any hood. I rock with them. I like this.
You call them Chad Police?
Yeah.
I dig that. Giga Chad Police is what I call them.
That's
Giga
my
Chad
guy.
Police. Yeah.
We
City
got
to city, bro.
Timo said that Charlie Brown music all grown up and couldn't have hit it anymore. It's Linus at his finest. He came back from the holidays from Juilliard going in, right? He's also playing the horn on it too.
Shit.
We also got word that Chad Police is from Oakland but came from Minneapolis.
Hey,
so I
he knew
think
where to
that
come to.
this is definitely that see, at first I was like, is this maybe like those kind of people that ride unicycles, like that kind of hipster? Like, no. You got to take this to a different hipster level. This the motherfucker who's got the old school bikes with the big ass wheel in the front.
Oh, yeah. With the tiny wheel in the back. Yeah. Big wheel in the front, little wheels in the back.
This him right here for sure. He does not wear deodorant.
He doesn't.
Like 100%. No,
he uses charcoal toothpaste.
Yup, you already know that vibe. But he can play a fucking saxophone. I'll tell you what. What'd you think of this one?
I thought it was interesting. It's just one of those, again, like Pitchfork try to just find unique sounds and such that just kind of, I don't know if they stand out necessarily, but I guess it does give you a variety of genres. So I do like the variety of it, even though I don't think every track holds up.
Because I think what you can say about this is it's the best version of this that exists.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
So it was like it's being able to give it its credit.
Yeah.
Amongst all the rest of that. But shout out to Chad Police from Oakland, Bay Area boy.
Yes,
come through to the book club. Let's chop it up. Let's talk
about it. What's the city? Is Oakland the city in Minneapolis, or is Minneapolis the city in Oakland? Let us know, Cole. Let us know.
Let us know. Coming up next is Band Man Real.
Oof, Real Hips.
Band Man Real from the album, or it's a single, and the song is Real Hips. I think Bad Man Real is gonna give us some dance hall.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like South American dance music.
I think our first
Real Hips. Real hips don't lie.
Right.
I say hips don't lie, but there's some little line ass hips out there.
He talking about real hip. He had to make it more specific. If hips don't lie, he knew
real hips don't
that's
lie.
Partially true.
Mm-hmm.
But real hips
don't lie.
That's what we need to focus on. Right.
Sometimes it'd be fictitious shit.
So let's hit him with the Band Man Real.
Look, wait. Look, wait, on bro. It's the fucking Band Man, you heard. Hey, hold on, look, wait. Put my hands on your hips. So they like when I smack it and beat it. She know how I rock. Play on bro, I'ma bleed them. I turn my team, stay down to the end. I the play, I'ma blow when I see him. Screaming free nut, that's bro to the end. Can't wait till he said that they freed him. For the bros, I give my last. For the they throwing that ass. Need a load, I'm throwing that baggy. Throwing a beef, he throwing a flag. I think this is myself, no help to my lay you in this with my dad. I'm touching the M off music. Remember they said I won't even grab. When I dip, you dip. New batch, gon' eat up this bitch. Walking the party, I kill my grip. He play if he one, catch one to the lip. Damn, gun in my head, can't rock my hips. You know how I'm coming, I'm bouncing. Touching the mill, take that off the list. Every day I wake up, I'm counting. Count it all up, I get to the cheddar. Bro got glocks, I came with Redders. Solo bro, be safe, keep head up. My niggas they having, they don't need bread up. A lot of you niggas, you think it's a game. Get out his body, get hit from the head. In the city, I'm him, I made me a name. But my damn, I think it's a setup. Put my hands on your hips. When I dip, you dip, like put my hands on your hips. When I dip, you dip, like put my hands on your what? When I dip, you dip. Put my hands like put. Look, wait, rock. Put my hands on your rock. Put my hands on your put my hands all on them hips. She throwing it back, this little wildin'. After the party, I'm taking her home. She told me she love me, I know she's styling.
That was Real Hips by Band Man Drill. As Haku had pointed out, the first New Jersey bounce.
New Jersey drill, yeah.
Little first thing we can get sturdy to here.
Yeah, right. I thought it was interesting. I do like specifically out of when it comes to drill, I think UK drill and Brooklyn and no, not where the hell is D Thang from? I think they're from the Bronx. Yeah, Bronx drill specifically I like, but I didn't know New Jersey had a scene like that, and I thought it was really cool. You liked it?
It was cool.
The flow was fun too.
It was right. It was gotta be in the right mood.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
it can get a little too herky jerky.
Yeah,
it can get a
I
little
getcha.
too. If I feel like if
Yeah.
I went down and started listening to this, I'd have to listen to 10 more songs like this.
Yeah, I know what you
Like
mean.
I
It's
couldn't
a-
just hit. I couldn't go back to
Right.
Co-Police.
Right. No, I agree with you. I think it's a fun subgenre. I'm glad it's represented here somehow. Again, that was pretty fun to see.
Cool. It's for the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
It's for the kids
chilling.
get their dance on.
Before we get into Animal Collective, we should watch a video of theirs. It's called "Who Could Win a Rabbit."
Animal Collective.
Yeah, I noticed that their track is up next by Pitchfork, and I'm really interested to hear
That's
that
actually
one.
where Panda Bear's from.
Panda Bear's from Animal Collective?
Mhm.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Dead ass.
What the fuck? Oh shit! Wow, what a world we live in, huh?
Which one specifically do you want to?
Who Could Win a Rabbit? That's crazy. I didn't know. I hadn't heard of any of the individual members.
Yeah, he went solo.
This one right here, yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop a music video on that head top real quick. Animal Collective before we get into the
YouTube
Animal
Shorts
Collective
presents
song.
the fun side of 2022.
For me, I really like cones.
Can we skip to the good part?
Cone! A big cone, but not. It has to do.
Watch on YouTube Shorts.
We in the no, we in the store right here. The newsstand. These ladies coming to the right phone.
Sometimes I can't find my good
Now, I'm convinced all the members of this band have ayahuasca in their It's like
wild.
some harmony choreo. It feel like some fucked up gummo shit. But that's a good lead into the. Do you listen to Animal Collective pretty often?
Not too much. No, just a few songs here and there, but nothing beyond, like not an actual album.
They're pretty cool.
Didn't even know Panda Bear was a part of it. That's really cool. Makes me want to dig more into it.
I know Panda Bear has like licked the toad. You know, like the toad that's supposed to be like the
Yeah,
drug. I
giving
know
you a-
he for sure
has to
has.
have.
And you
Let
know
me look
what?
at this.
Let's see their song is Real
Interesting.
Desire. Let's
Do
see
you-
what they got here. Let's see if they have one.
Do you think Panda Bear's still in it then? Because that'll be interesting for him to make that list twice at this point, and he would be our first.
He is still in it.
There we go. First artist to make the list twice.
Other than DJ Python.
Oh, much respect to DJ Python,
gang,
Indigenous
gang.
House. DJ Python and Panda Bear 2 times. thus far.
So there's not a music video for this, but we'll get into the song.
Sure.
This is Royal and Desire.
Off of Time Skips.
Skips.
Skip.
As we said, that is Animal Collective, Royal and Desire. Right about what I imagine, what they like to do. It's their style. Is
that Phil Collins music?
Yeah,
that stadium music.
It's this and then the Panda Bear song. And we got the Beach Boys feel. We got this. When they were younger, it was more weirder. It was more soaked in acid. This is kind of like they don't really do acid anymore. Just do a little mescaline, just like a little tad bit. They don't go full Hunter Thompson. They learned you never go full Hunter, but it's like it's light. It's chill. I don't know what we define this as, but this is definitely like drug come down. Right?
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, the last one had such crazy strings and such, and at this point, man, it's like probably 4 a.m. for them. One of the members, maybe Panda Bear's out there picking up some Dunkin' Donuts and some coffee.
Right. And they're just like chilling,
lighting up a spliff to smoke.
They've got like a Ratatouille on in the background on mute though.
It, yeah.
They're like
strumming the guitar half asleep.
Right. Yeah, nice though.
Cool.
I like what they're doing. Yeah. And then the last one we're gonna have for you tonight, number 80, and we will be back Thursday. We're gonna get through this list here, but this is Kalela with her song "Washed Away."
It's a single. Do you think there's a video for it?
Let's see if there's a video for this one.
Washed away my sins.
Have you ever heard of
I have not.
Kalela?
Have you?
I have not either. And there is a music video for this one.
Okay.
So we're gonna hit you with the world premiere here.
Magic.
World premiere on Book Club.
We got the exclusivity to air it on Book Club.
And just in case you were curious, it was a Google Pixel ad that came up, and I guess nowadays they have the magic eraser. So let me bring us in to
boom,
Kalela
Magic
Washed Away.
Number 80.
That was Malayla.
Kalela.
Excuse me.
Washed Away.
I was really feeling that. I think I'm always going to be, and that's the point, right? I'm always going to be a little bit more biased towards really cool music videos. Okay. And I think that it's a music video trope, kind of like, oh, let's be someplace, maybe wilderness, maybe like it's a place with landmarks or something.
Natural scenic.
And right, like have some videos and everything. I think what was like so fresh about this is I couldn't like ID where it was. Almost like it could have been Mars. You know, like just the camera angle was so cool. Like just the areas that they taken. It was so isolate that it felt like its own world. Literally, like it could have been outside the planet. There was some cool camera tricks with like the water and like the reflection with the sun that they used. Really cool video. Cool song, just in like a I like that kind of, you almost pointed out, was similar to like Enya type of style, like Fiona Apple kind of did stuff like this as well, like Super Very Bear, almost like Bjork. I can see like doing this kind of vibe, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think you described it perfectly. It's very unique for what it is, especially since we don't get too many artists like her nowadays. You know, even the artists that we named are artists of the past. Yeah, I thought it was cool. This was interesting. And then music video turned out all unexpected ways, in so many different ways, but I thought it was really nice and well shot.
Right, absolutely.
Cool.
There goes it for you for part 2 of what may be about a 4 or 5 part series. You'll see us back here on Thursday, going back through these. We're gonna get to the bottom of this list. Any ones that pointed out, or you can point out that like stood out to you, I guess.
Let's see. What do we?
This has been everything that we covered. Two Shell was really cool.
Okay. I honestly, I think, no, nothing that really stood out. Honestly, no, nothing in particular. I think even the Pusha T track could have been done.
The better track they could have got from that.
Yeah, I thought out of all of them, Wednesday's Bull Believer was cool.
Oh, that's right, Bull Believer. Yeah.
Bull Believer was pretty fun for what it was.
That was kind of snazzy.
But otherwise, not much there in terms of opinion for me, at least. Just enjoying the music, enjoying getting different sounds and being exposed to new things.
I will also point out too, I thought the Panther Bear was kind of cool.
Yeah,
it was a weird like mind fuck of like, this sounds old but sounds new. It sounds familiar. It sounds different.
Right.
That was like a really specific thing.
It was fun seeing that, and then and learning about him, and also seeing a new Animal Collective track. So interesting ones, but all in all, I think we just have a pretty solid list, but nothing that stands out for me.
Let's see. On Thursday, once we get to the 70s, 60s, let's see how that may change, may hold up. So everybody have a good night. Tomorrow is Pain or Gain, back at it again. I heard something about parkour racing they'll be looking at. We'll see what that means. Coming down to the wire with Chips, episode 15. Let's see what's going on there. Catch up with that. Haku, thanks for dropping by. Timo 50, thanks for coming by. Smaller Birds, shout out to y'all, and we will see you Thursday as we get down to the bottom of this Pitchfork Top 100 of 2022. I'm James Levine.
I'm Mohammed.
Take care.
Thank you. We got a good amount done. What is that like?